Hello, my friends. It's Jules Caldwell coming to you, and I want to wish you a really happy New Year's Eve. I can't believe we're at the end of 2025. And I don't know if you're like me, you've spent a lot of time doing some reflecting and enjoying the holidays, maybe eating a little more than we should have. And as we move into the new year, starting to think about what is next and where you want to go. And I want to ask you a question. I want you to think about if you've noticed how the start of the new year makes us think that clarity should just show up, as if the calendar gives us permission to begin. And just think about that for a moment, because I think there's so much pressure that comes from the idea of the new year and starting fresh and letting go of the past. But in reality, the calendar it's just another day, right? We get to choose what we do from day to day. And you get to give yourself permission to do what you want to do from day to day and feel what you want to feel from day to day. And so I see this really often in a lot of the women that I work with, especially right now, when we feel like if we have this clear plan for what we need to do, then we're allowed to move ahead. But sometimes it's not as, or it's as simple as just take just one step, whenever that is. It doesn't have to be on New Year's Eve. It doesn't have to be on New Year's Day. It doesn't have to be in January. Just whatever day it is, you take that one step, and then things begin to feel more clear about where you want to go. And so I'm coming to you because I want to extend an invitation to you to join me on Saturday, January 10th. I'm really excited because I'm going to be introducing the first of a series of what I call Ignite experiences, where my guest for that day, her name is Harriet Bratt, and she's an international speaker, trainer, firewalk guide, best-selling author. She's going to join me to facilitate an experience called Ignite Your Fire and Keep It Burning. And really, this session is for the woman who's done everything right, but feels like she's lost her fire along the way. And in reality, I don't know about you, but the truth is our fire is never gone. It's just usually dimmed from the years of living out of alignment with what actually matters to us. Does this resonate with you? It really resonates with me. And it's one of the reasons why I wanted to engage with Harriet and invite her to join me as we launch this new Ignite Women speaker series, because I think as women, often what happens is we become dimmed from listening to what everyone else tells us we should be doing instead of listening to ourselves. And this is something that I have experienced in my own life, in my striving for becoming this, person who can be it all and do it all. I recognized that I became this performance-oriented, people-pleasing perfectionist because I was letting everybody else guide me and tell me what to do. And so if any of this resonates with you, I invite you to join me on January 10th to hear from Harriet. This is not just a speaking situation. This is what I call an Ignite experience. Because what happened a couple of years ago for me was that somebody asked me a question around this time of year and said, what if a year from now, nothing in your life has changed? Like, just think about that. What if a year from now, nothing in your life has changed? That for me was a terrifying thought because while my life was not bad and I've had lots of amazing opportunities and experiences, I wasn't living in alignment with who I wanted to be and what I wanted to do. And so when that person asked me that question, it caused a shift for me. And I thought, I can't do this for another year. I want to be who I'm called to be. And so I started to work towards something called the Ignite Women's Conference. It launched in 2022. And we held a couple of conferences a year here in the Ottawa area in person for women. But about a year ago, I took a pause on that, and I've been really sitting back and reflecting on what is the right way to do this? How can I reach more women? How can I just create more space for women who are doing all the right things, checking all the right boxes, but still feeling disconnected and out of alignment. And that's where the Ignite Women's Speaker Series has been launched. And so I want to invite you to come and join me. We're launching it in January, tomorrow. But on Saturday, January 10th, Harriet Bratt is joining me for her session, Ignite Your Fire and Keep It Burning. And really, this session is about guiding you back to a spark that fuels your voice, your choices, and your next chapter. And it's about living from your fire, not someone else's plan for your life. This session is for you if you've outgrown the life you're living, or if you feel this quiet ache for a little bit more alignment and you know it's time to reconnect with yourself and come back to who you are and what you want for your life. And sometimes it's just one small step, like coming and being open and listening and in the right space. And so on Saturday, January 10th, Harriet is going to be facilitating her session, Ignite Your Fire, Keep It Burning. My friends, this isn't just a virtual webinar that you're going to sit at and be quiet at. I have done a lot of teaching online, and I know it can be grueling and it can be painful. And I want you to know that I've spent a lot of time really curating an opportunity that will be unique for women. And so I'll talk about that more over the next couple of days. But I do invite you to visit countrydjewel.ca, where you can look for the Ignite Women Speaker Series information that comes up on the pop-up on the site. When you check out the registrations, you look for Harriet's session on January 10th, or Savannah Simons is going to be speaking on later in January as well. Use the code IGNITEGIFT, and it's my gift to you. You'll receive a reduced rate when you register. But my friend, please hear me when I say you don't need to have the whole year figured out. Tomorrow is January 1st. You do not have to have all the answers. Sometimes just taking that one step is all you need to do. And so join us on January 10th for the launch of the Ignite Women's Speaker Series with Harriet Bratt. In living and loving the life we're meant to live, I can't wait to have you join us for the first launch of this session, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Happy New Year's Eve, Happy New Year's, and I look forward to chatting with you next year.